Hello! Welcome everyone to D6, where I, RCM, bring together several friends from across the internet to play on a D&D livestream show. Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
Fuck them kids.
We haven't even started! He's ready. I'm ready.
We built him better. We built him stupid.
Good luck, Leo.
Built different, built stupid.
Sears.
Oh,
This is what it's like to chew 5 gum.
Stimulate your senses. Alright, so, welcome back, everybody. Oh god, we have such sights to show you. So before we get on into tonight's game, I want to give a bit of an announcement. You'll be hearing some brand new music in the future of the game by one Will Savino, who is an outstanding composer. His D20s albums have been coming out for the past couple of years. All of the music is absolutely fantastic. If you want to go ahead and check it out, please check out Will Savino. And add his music to your guys' game, because I think they are absolutely fantastic and wonderful. And that's a Yarshien special.
Yay!
Nice.
Yeah, so, and obviously the albums are reasonably priced, and if you message Will Savino, if you're like us who have a show to run, contact him. Understand what the terms and conditions are for how you can use his music on your show and streams. Or just use it for your games in general, I don't know. Let's see. As for other bits, we're all caught up on the podcast by the time this video comes out. So if you guys are pretty much trying to catch up to D6, our podcasts come out at 6 a.m. in the morning for Pacific Standard Time, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. God, I was holding that one back. And hopefully you'll be able to catch up with us in audio format, or if you want to catch our VODs, it comes out a few days earlier over on YouTube on our YouTube channel. Let's see. Alright. I think that's pretty much it. Oh! That's right. I need to constantly announce this reminder. Don't believe what has been said on the podcast opening rolls these past couple of weeks. Sorry, you guys. It is explicitly my fault. We start at 7 p.m. for our live stream version of these episodes, and not 6 p.m. anymore. I know we have been saying it over on the podcast and probably a couple of times on stream, but we start.
I was wondering about the recording.
Yeah,
so sorry.
That's my bad. That I forgot to change the script. Because I have one general script for our podcast roles, so that way I can write the liability joke as quickly as possible. Alright. I think that's about it.
Yeah.
Yay. I guess we can finally jump into today's episode of D6. How y'all feel about green beans?
It's a bean. Garlic, olive oil, a little bit of lemon. Bean. That's all I'm saying.
Saute them. Tastes good.
They can be launched as a weapon if you have a tiny little skittle catapult, by the way. I have a skittle catapult. Let me get... Listen.
No,
I go to a Ren Fair.
We got a game to play.
Ren Fair's all I gotta tell you.
I'm not here for these games!
But this is a game.
Yep. Okay.
I'm gonna ask for context during break. Will do.
Oh, God.
Green bean launcher.
Alright. Hopefully that's coming through.
It is very gently.
Yeah. Alright. So, where we had all last left off. As our adventurers, returning back from Excelsium, had been informed that Alouise Azure had been lost somewhere within Dawning Academy, or the Tharum Scholars, as many would often refer to. Trying to investigate in hopes that they might be able to collect and refine a Alouise Azure, you've been all sent on a mission. A undercover mission in which you pose as both teachers and students at Dawning Academy. After getting your student outfits developed and some form changes, you all find yourselves within the throes of Kilixmire once more, as you all head to Dawning Academy to attend not only your multiple classes, but also to figure out where this Alouise Azure had gone. And that is where we left off, as all of you have entered into the main courtyard that makes up Dawning Academy. As you had all been introduced to your teachers, and you see what is this massive campus. You can see that there are multiple areas in which you see as students kind of just begin to pass by and work through with whatever it is on hand. You would take note that it is somewhat magical here, but you get the faint feeling, given a lot of the history of this place, not just only from one person that you're all too familiar with, as well as a couple of individuals that have made you perceive this place a little more in its complicated nature. So, as a lot of you begin to set out into your undercover job in this Dawning Academy, let's start with the twins.
Oh boy.
Alright. So, as you guys begin to traverse throughout the main campus, you can see what is this onlook of multiple teachers kind of standing and watching you guys enter. You guys have pieces of paper in hand with all the information you will possibly need in order to kind of get yourselves started. But for right now, you are given the opportunity to kind of disperse and interact with the school. And on the itinerary, it does tell you exactly where your dormitories will be as you reach the end of the day.
Got it. Well, we have a choice. We either immediately start mingling, or we get a better idea of the layout. What do you want to do, Dante? Philander? Right?
Philander.
Philander. It's Philander. There's an A, not an A. Philander.
Philander Anders. Well, sister, I think we should probably get a layout of this place.
So just look lost, which should be easy for me, and just wander around. She gets lost in a library, okay?
Alright, let's go this way!
To any random direction of choice, as you immediately take to the left.
Left is always safe.
As you find yourself with what looks like to be this long building that kind of spans the entirety of the courtyard before reaching into what are these bigger, more sizable buildings with what looks like to be these stained glass topped buildings, and as well as what looks like to probably be various other kind of shops and notable useful student like communes, things that they have built together.
Oh.
Well, this place is a lot bigger than we expected.
Well, it looks like they've got shops on campus.
Well, that shouldn't be too much of a problem. I would mention, I think either before we left or at some point while we were just kind of left to ourselves, that Citra would mention to Dante that the last time she saw Azure was through that message, and he was appearing as some girl with long hair. So don't look for a bald hat man with a cap. Look for a girl.
Oh! It's a pretty lady.
Oh, cool. Progressive.
Yep. Polymorph can do a lot of things.
Oh, so he's trying to get my gig now.
I think he's just trying to infiltrate this place for a reason. Does the itinerary come with a map, or does Citra have to start doodling it?
It does have a map. It gives you a general, massive layout of the school, especially in its main tower, that just kind of almost comes off as a bit of a skyscraper, but it is a little bit more condensed than that.
Got it.
Can Dante see what the different type of commune builds there are?
Sure. There are multiple types of commune. There is what looks like to be the general botany area where they grow magical plants, certain herbs, and as well as various other kinds of items. You see what looks like to be a general farming area where it allows for students to learn how to effectively create a farming situation, understanding how livestock and various other animals can interact in a condensed space.
So notably where we can probably find Leo, aka Reagan, or?
Yeah, Reagan.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
Yeah.
You know, for a place that we heard a lot of terrible things about this, it looks pretty interesting.
Yeah, it looks just like a normal place.
To me, this is insane. I was homeschooled, so this is wild.
I wouldn't say the farming aspect of it is very common in schools, but this one is pretty cool. Is there anything else besides the farming commune area?
Are there areas that also have things that are dedicated to the certain religions and all that? Because I'm assuming these are people from all over.
There is no notable religious standings within the school. It's kind of far removed. If you wanted to go to any local places of worship, of course they are available within the city, but this is not a school that practices celestial or divine magics. They're more concerned with... Yeah. They're more concerned with more study and various kinds of magic that are a lot more raw in its form.
Yeah. So more like natural world magics.
I mean, that would be more along the line of druidicism. What we mean by this is that there is no divinity. Like, there's no way to learn how to be given power. Yeah. There's no, like, paladins or clerics that you're going to immediately find here. It is because of the way that the school perceives the gods.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, to the right direction now.
Alright. As you find yourselves kind of leaving the commune and going into the right side of the school, you find with what looks like to be a what is this, I guess, open cafeteria kind of concept. This place is heavily shaded, but it's not like a enclosed building. It's not like that there are doors that will enclose this area. You are able to freely walk in between each area. The only real enclosed building is to the immediate north of this this kind of bar, food service area is the dormitories, where you'll find yourselves later tonight. And down below, with what looks like to be a place where there's this kind of standoff where it's somewhere standing about 4, maybe 5 feet high, and it's in a complete circle. And you can see with what looks like to be multiple students practicing and, I guess, in many ways, fighting. And
so it's
where
like
this
a sparring area?
Yeah. And of course there are multiple teachers or individuals old enough to keep at present in order to make sure things don't go too far. There are general rules in this school that allows for you to spar or to combat each other, but not to kill each other.
Ah.
Maim, not kill.
Maim. Well, it looks like this is where we can call people out for a duel.
Depending on what rules there are. Like, are we allowed to generally walk over, but not, like, onto the battlefield stuff, but, like, able to observe, or is it, like, closed off?
You can observe, like, you could get up towards the staging area, but, like, you can't get up onto the stage.
Yeah, I feel like Citra would want to look at it just a bit, just to see what they're signed up for.
Yeah. As far as you can see, you notice 2 individuals currently already on the stage. What looks like to be this male human, as well as this female half-elf, who are currently locked in blade, and kind of just circling the areas before quickly rushing in and clashing with each other on frequencies until one of them, what is the male human individual, manages to come with the blade and just go for the underarm and then pull back, and you can see as the blood is drawn and it lands on the stage, and you can see the entire student body roar in audience, and you can see as this human individual is a bit gloaty in his efforts.
And
I'm guessing they use real blades here, then.
I mean, these are adults. These are college students. These aren't kids.
Yeah.
I imagine if this was a younger class, they'd be more, like, wooden sticks and stuff, so...
Yeah.
Oh boy. Well... but it'll be just fine here.
Well, it's a good thing. It's a good thing I'm good at dodging.
I'm not. She's good at bapping, not so much the dodging right now.
Yeah.
Bap, bap, bap.
She's got a bap stick, okay?
As you guys are watching as this fight comes to a completion, you can see as one of the doctors that you had met earlier is stepping through and kind of putting an end to the fight, and then attending to the other student who was a little heavily damaged as the helmet comes off of this human male. You can see he has this very pretty boy looking vibe to him.
The last time we met a pretty boy was Grin, so she's like, okay.
Yeah.
Marluxia vibes?
A little bit. Not that long of a hair, but like almost like Dick Grayson.
Okay, got it.
Oh, okay, yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Bet we got it.
Yeah.
Citra being, like, one of the three who can't change their forms, like, she's kind of keeping an eye out. Like, they're not getting odd looks from anyone that might recognize them. Like, they're actually blending in, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's nobody here that is familiar with any of you.
Okay. So, like, the anxiety's going down a little bit, at least.
Yeah.
Is the adult area separated from, like, wherever the kids are?
You could possibly tell that there is probably another area specifically for younger students. But this is a general common area, especially for any of the upperclassmen.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure it's because you're looking for the younger tiefling.
Yeah, I'm looking for the little girl.
I don't know if we'll find her here. Probably more in, like, the magics area.
Yeah, maybe.
So, I guess off to the magics, I guess. What was the name of that class again? Oh, God.
Magic and Magecraft Department.
Yeah. Did we both get that, or was it just Dante?
I didn't get that. I got the, combat, I think.
Okay, so... as far as you guys are aware, you do have Botany, Combat Arts, and Dante, you got Realm History and Extra Realm Observation, and Citra got Magic and Magecraft.
Ah, got it. That's where I got it mixed up. Just, like,
Yeah.
Would you mind if we go check that out real quick, just so I know what magic to use and what magic maybe to not seem a proficient in?
Yeah, sure.
Alright. And as you guys will travel there, we're going to move our attention to the teachers.
Oh boy.
Oh, yes.
As the two of you are currently discussing among yourselves as you are watching as the students kind of spread out into the main area. There is a bit of chatter among not only just the teachers, but there is this faint feeling that there is a possibility this might not go well.
What? Why? I don't know.
I mean, you asked this question to yourself and just yourself, I guess.
Yeah, Meta X. Man. So, what do you think they're talking about? Leo?
I could listen in.
Sure.
With my amazing perception.
Your infinity perception.
Just take observation and get it over with. God. As you are listening in, Leodon, you are hearing the general chatter of kind of watching out for certain students that obviously certain biases have been built over the years, as most teachers have. You get also the faintest feeling that not all of them are exactly comfortable with the brand new teachers just yet, as not many are. But yeah. It seems like general, coffee room chatter.
Usual gossip.
So nothing to worry about. Coolio. So what are you going what are you going to do with your students?
Teach them. Probably.
You're not really? You know what?
Yes.
You're not going to try to, try to relieve some undue stress from childhood when you had shit teachers?
My childhood was fantastic.
I guess you didn't. I guess you had great teachers then. My teachers treated me like I'm a delinquent. Bruh, stop, bruh. Why don't you know what 2 plus 2 is? Bruh, why don't you? Bruh, why are you doing jumping jacks in class? Bruh, stop punching me. Stop punching me, bruh. That type of stuff.
Leo's just got his eyes closed and he's like nodding slightly. Like, this makes so much sense.
Well, I guess. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
As you guys are having this conversation, you both suddenly feel what feels like two, I guess, hands as they reach both of your shoulders. Obviously, significantly shorter than both of you. As both of you are turned around, you look down. What is the headmaster of the school? As he looks at you both. I am so happy to finally meet you two. The long letters of our conversations have been fantastic. Would you care to both join me up in my office? It's simply because I do like to discuss something a little further, as you both will be new here.
Either way, football.
Of course, headmaster. I smile and I grab a bra by the back of the neck with my fingers.
I get the semblance and feeling that you both might be familiar with each other.
Nope, never met him.
Just like to be friendly.
Make a deception check, bro.
Oh no.
Uh-oh. 10.
Oh no.
As it stares at you, yes, very, very friendly. Please, by all means, join me. As he leads you both through the school and begins to kind of just point out its many magnificencies of running such a prestigious academy. By the time you finally reach what looks like to be from this front area, what looks like to be a main area where it allows for the headmaster to kind of just oversee a lot of stuff. You can see as the door finally closes. Okay. That was a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. Lead on, bruh.
What?
Ah!
Wait, what? What? What?
Oh. As you can kind of just, see him wave the hand in front of his face. What pulls back looks like to be the familiar face of a Dagex.
Ah!
Ah!
We can all breathe now.
I really do recommend you both be a little bit more careful.
You're disguised as the headmaster.
Yes, which took many months of preparation.
Why did you disguise yourself as a football?
I'm beginning to regret my decisions of allowing you guys to become teachers. Or at least you, Burra.
Well, I can be a very good Chichimachi.
You can see that his face is not giving way to hilarity.
So, what's this about?
For right now, we are currently in a situation where it allows me to gain the benefit of acting as headmaster. However, I imagine that will not work for long.
No, I imagine not.
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I think some people here are very gullible.
I mean, gullible enough in order for me to learn pretty much all the basic necessities I have to. Around with these people, provide proper lip service, the usual. But I'm going to inform you both now, and I hope that you can pass this off to the other two when you manage to meet up with them. There is the possibility, if you decide to run into trouble, that I will not be always here to save you. I'm here to remain observant. The process of poking your nose around will belong to the four of you. Alright?
Come on, Jackets. We don't need that much help.
Did you just call him Jackets?
Jagex? Holy fuck.
As you say that, a form of a knife begins to appear in the hand and it's tossed towards you, Burra.
Do I catch it? Do I roll to catch it?
Nope, because it is one of his it's one of his daggers. Does a 23 hit?
Ouch.
Yeah, I bet. You.
I just imagined Bruh unwavering, just getting stabbed in the leg. And he's like, "Ow!"
I said Jagex.
You're taking 10
Jagex.
points of psychic damage as the knife hits you. And it dissipates. It spikes into your mind, and it hurts like a motherfucker.
Ow! 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 What was that for?
A thorough reminder, Agent Watson. Ridiculousness is going to expose you. Take it from somebody who has practiced this art for a very, very long time. You decide to not take this seriously, I will quickly pull you out of here. And I will find a suitable replacement. The last thing I need is for one person to endanger the entirety of this mission. If you do not think that I haven't been hearing or listening to either of you through the entirety of this conversation, and he throws another knife, well, I know it will hit. That's gonna be a 19 to hit you, Leodon.
What?
Yeah, but barely, but yes.
Yep.
I forgot you guys were
And you're gonna be taking 8 points of psychic damage as well.
Ah! Wait! Why did you hit Leo? He didn't do anything!
You need to learn not to act so closely. You both are individuals who do not know each other. And hopefully a little bit of reprimandation will treat the notion of acting a little bit more properly. You cannot start fights with each other. You cannot mistreat each other. You need to learn how to get along, and you learn to actually act smart around here. Your teachers behave like it. The quicker that we manage to get this done, and the quicker that we manage to find Alouise Azure, the faster we can leave, and the sooner you can get back to being ridiculous and being a decent leader. But for right now, you're not those roles. Like I am supposed to be headmaster.
Yeah, alright, fine. We'll take it seriously. Well, I'll take it more seriously. Leo's been taking it more seriously than me, so we'll do the best we can.
It's good to hear that.
And besides, I did read a shit ton of books on being a good teacher.
I would expect you to already try and be one. Listen, we don't have a lot of time already as is, so just understand the circumstances of the situation.
You got it.
Very well. Dismissed.
Bra goes in a separate direction from Leodon.
Yeah, Leo will leave and branch off as well.
As both of you have gotten well of a talking to from at least a higher up. In more ways than one, oddly. There is a notable divide between understanding your role and understanding each other. You might find that there is a way to come into agreement in due time with that.
Hmm?
Or not. It is your decision. As you two are currently walking around and finding yourselves within the school, we're going to go back to the twins.
Alright, well, I think this, as Dante's like pulling around his map and be like, I think this is the Magic Studies department?
She's just looking at it, like, looking up, back to the map, back up. I want to say yes. And then in the middle of her mind going, oh god, Daggix would be just shaking his head at me right now. The amount of time she's been lost.
As you find yourselves within the Department of Magic Studies in Magecraft, this place is very opulent. Is that even the right
Opulent?
word? It's very opulent,
Okay.
yes. It's opulent in the semblance of just like, you could see that colors are kind of a little wild, but you see what looks like to be arcane sigils that make up these walls that just go on all the stonework. Various what looks like to be glass cases with magical items that have been long since either sealed away or just used for display. This entire department is just full of what looks like to be very skilled wizards and mages, as well as the occasional sorcerer who you could just get a feeling definitely are not carrying the same amount of components as a wizard would.
Hi, the occasional sorcerer has just walked through the doors.
Yeah.
Wait, I have a question. Do any of these arcane, like, sigils look familiar to the one that Helen had in one of her traps?
Make an Arcana check.
Okay.
Is it bad that I mentioned to you
okay,
now that I have a negative one in Arcana, ironically?
Oh, that's a 4, baby.
You would not be, you'd be not too familiar when it comes to the arcane means in which, artificy or wizardry, kind of pop up. You would say, yeah, this looks like the sigil, but there's like a million of them.
Even teacher would lean over like,
so it's kind of hard to know.
She'd lean over going like, there's different kinds of magics and even I don't know what these are.
Yeah, I don't know shit, man.
That explains why you're not in this class then too.
I would have failed so hard.
Well, keep in mind, we're not here to pass. We're here to blend in and do a job. But we gotta keep up appearances. Like, she's whispering that to you.
Okay.
Meanwhile, just kind of looking like
Oh,
a
that's
student
okay.
in awe, which isn't exactly acting. She's actually just kind of in awe. Like, she's never seen things like this. Like, it's just all new to see this in, like, a school setting, you know?
Duncan's gonna leave it over, but you bet your sweet ass I'm gonna pass that art class.
I'd like to see a painting from you.
As,
Oh, you haven't even seen them yet.
as you guys are kind of just walking along what is this major department, you see as looks like to be this large minotaur individual as he's just wearing what is the same kind of student robes as you guys, and is just arms full of books and what are practically these very specialized spectacles that reach beyond the bridge of the nose, especially for minotaur men.
Just slightly larger, just a little.
Yeah.
Teacher would see that, be like, do you need help with that?
As you say that, he's like, oh!
Down here.
Oh! Oh, looks at two little tiefling individuals. Oh! In fact, yes, I would. And you could see as he's trying to fumble some of these books around. Oh my goodness. It is this one. Be careful with that one.
She'd make hand
right
some
there.
of the others and then physically hold whatever else he hands to her.
Yeah.
How big? How big's the pile he gave me?
It's somewhere around the stack of around 10 books. He's a pretty big individual,
used to this,
so he can carry a lot.
Daggix used to just shove
Yeah.
books at her.
All right, you know what? I'm gonna say strength check for me.
Yeah, make a straight check.
Where are you? No, straight. There we go. That's gonna be an 8, baby.
Yeah.
Dante's gonna try to grab these books and then immediately fall to the floor.
Yeah, it's just like, boo, 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 and it's just like, ah! And, oh, you want to know what? I think I put too much on your plate. It takes the other half off, and it's just like, oh. Oh, so, you two look very unfamiliar.
We're new.
Oh,
Just came from orientation.
Well, welcome to Dawning Academy. I'm Bedham. You can call me Bedham, or, well, not everyone can really say my name correctly. You can also call me Rampart. Many of my assumedly friends like to call me. I'm probably the only one of my kind at the school, and not many find that comfortable.
Aw. That just seems a bit rude.
Well, I was on my way back to the library in order to return my books, so I would, if you'd be willing to help me carry them.
Oh, for sure. She's like still holding one set in
definitely.
mage hand, one set in her arms and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And Dante's carrying like the few books that he can't carry. He's like, yeah, how can we help you? Totally.
Right, Malinka and my brother, Philander.
Oh, good to meet you, Malenka, Philander. Well then, the library is not too far from here. As he begins to walk and talk with you both. So, what are your stories?
What were our stories? I know that technically Harleen is posing as like our parent, but I don't think we got the full backstory on what where we're from and stuff.
You are not originally from Wallenstein, but your family recently married into one of its high lords, or in this case, Lordess. And originally your family would be from Excelsium.
Got it, because Citra kind of really... Yeah. So we're new here entirely. We just moved here. Originally we're from Excelsium, but parents got married and figured the school being what it is, they kind of threw us in here and see how this goes, really.
Oh, well, I imagine that Dawning Academy is probably a little bit better than any of the academies in Zanzibar.
Citra will try not to react to that one. Just, I'm not Citra, I'm not Citra, I'm not Citra.
That's like, Mom thought it would be a good idea for us to go to a ritzy place.
Maybe to take some of those?
Can you take one?
Yeah, she'll just add it. She'll just add it to the one she has.
Yeah, just another book. It's like,
Okay.
Well then, it's kind of interesting, I guess we're all a bit of outcasts, I suppose.
Yeah, a little bit. But that doesn't mean we have to act like we're outcasts either.
That's very
Fake it till you make it.
Cool kids like us band together, right?
That is absolutely fair. As he finally, as you all walk up what is this very short ramp that leads into this library area, you can see as he puts down the massive stack of books, and you see what is this sleeping gnomish librarian is viciously woken up. And he begins to kind of take books off of your hands and then proceeds to put them all back onto the counter. Oh, well then. Job well done, and I will need to check out at least several more. Well, it's nice meeting you both.
Malinka
Philander.
and Philander. Are any of you taking Magecraft this year?
My
You
sister
are.
is.
Fantastic. Well then, I will be seeing you hopefully in class. Are you taking the upper class?
Is she? Because I think we are upper class. Yeah.
You are.
Yeah, upper class.
Well then, I will hope to see you there. That being said, I'm going to go and check out some more books, and hopefully I'll see you a little later tomorrow.
Try not to overdo it.
It's nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you both. And you can
Bedlam.
see his Bedlam.
Bedlam or Bedham?
I think it was Bedham.
Bedlam.
Okay.
Bedum.
Okay. Or Rampart, as he said.
Like badum chish.
Rampart.
I think it's because they've met
I'm
Menos
just
already that it just did not stun her.
Yeah.
Dante's gonna lean over. He reminds me a lot like
A
Menos.
little bit.
He's a much younger looking Menos, where Menos has that massive beard. You can see he's just barely getting into the goatee.
Oh, that's not true. We've met Menos and we've met Dredger. This is the third one
Yep.
we've met.
I love Minotaurs.
I love them too.
Alright. As you guys begin to shuffle your way around the area once more, I'm gonna jump to Leodon.
Oh boy.
Leodon.
Yeah.
As you begin to traverse throughout the school, what is it that you would like to look for?
He'd probably be getting just a look at the general layout of the school.
Much like with Dante and Citra, you are quickly familiarized as given map and given information. You get the faint feeling that this place is not too hard to lose yourself in, but it's easy to find your way out.
Gotcha.
Use that
I would have a
fast-
classroom, yes?
There is a direct area that allows you to openly teach. As you find yourself a little closer towards the commune area, what looks like to be the various botany classes, especially the ones that are currently going on right now. What looks like to be several younger students. And you see with what looks like to be that giant Luxodon individual, as he is currently dealing with what looks like to probably be around the ages between kindergarten to 5th grade. Various young individuals as they are currently helping out moving small plants and various flora, as you see with what looks like to be that open staging for classes in this very still wide open space, and what looks like as they lead up to these separate rooms along that center stage. So as you see with what looks like to be this one area that is currently empty, the various ones that are occupied are for those teachers who are teaching their own version of their classes.
And there are other teachers in my department as well, right?
Yeah.
Similar vein.
Yeah, you were familiar with the two elven women, excuse me. You were familiar with the human woman, the halfling, or the two human women, one of the female firbolgs, as well as that giant male Luxodon.
You said the giant male Loxodon was close, yes?
Yeah, he is currently down in this center area, kind of teaching the smaller students.
Ah, okay. I don't want to disturb him. I would, I guess I'll just overhear the way that he's doing his lecture as I'm walking through. And I'll probably look for some of the other teachers to just discuss curriculums and other things.
Okay. As you pass by this one, you can see he is in a very lighthearted conversation on the importance of herbs and various other flora that you can find out in the wild that he has cultivated for this young class. Obviously, nothing dangerous for the youth. He begins to explain the importance of mint and what certain magical properties it does have in conjunction with how good it can taste should you properly put it into certain desserts and treats. And you can see as he's handing out with what looks like to be a small tray of these little jelly things, little jelly squares that he hands out to the students, and you can see as they're all kind of amazed by how cool but sweet it can be. And in that discussion of the importance of herbs and plants, also expresses, it can be bitter and dangerously unbalanced if not properly produced.
Okay.
As you pass, you can see as there is this slight nod in recognition from one teacher to another, as you see the other teachers, at least one of them who is currently not dealing with the class, but rather the headmistress of botany. As you come across to her, at least in her empty classroom, as you see, she looks up. Mr. Silvestri, if I am correct.
Yes.
Please. And she beckons you over.
And he will walk over.
You can see as you get close and get a better understanding of the figure of this individual. She has short blondish looking hair, these deep green eyes, a somewhat pale complexion, and what looks like to be what is a small containment of glass that makes up what looks like to be a a combination of mushrooms and spores that are currently under observation due to her interest in it. So, Mr. Silvestri, I am so glad that you'll be joining us this year. It is quite sad to hear what had happened to our last upper class teacher. So, having a proper replacement before the new classes begin is quite nice.
Did I hear anything about what happened to the previous teacher?
Nope.
He'll sort of tilt his head to the side a bit. I'm sorry, I haven't really heard all that much about my predecessor. Would you be willing to discuss that?
Yes. Unfortunately, it's kind of complicated. The man was a Thalian Cliff sympathizer.
Ah.
He spoke a little too openly and a little too wildly in front of some High Lords, including myself. So, of course, there were individuals that saw him unfit for teaching our burgeoning students.
That is perfectly understandable. Well, I will strive to be as uncontroversial as possible.
I expect that of many of my staff as well as students. We're concerned with nature and the natural cycle of things, not with politics.
Oh boy.
Oh, jeez.
Oh boy.
By hearing just the way that this individual kind of looks and the tone of her voice, you get a very almost witchy vibe from her.
Boy.
Either which way, I wanted to discuss something in particular due to your profession of floral and fauna, especially within Wallenstein, which I think will create a massive boon to us. Natural history, especially for this nation, is important.
As is all history.
Very much. Well then.
So, what would you like to discuss?
Yes. To include in your curriculum, there are probably notable flora and fauna that our upper class students have yet to interact with. I'm assuming things that are a bit more on the dangerous side. If I can ask you to please be vigilant and careful, but not too conservative. Make sure that the lessons that they learn are decent in understanding the consequences of actions.
Absolutely. I strive for my knowledge to be practical as well as informative.
I love practical. Well then, Mr. Silvestri, I don't want to keep you long, or keep you here for too long, as I'm sure that you need to get used to the campus, but you are a wonderful...
I'm sure you're quite busy yourself.
I am. You are a wonderful addition to this department, and I cannot wait to see...
Thank you.
Yes. Cannot wait to see what you do for the future of your class. Well then.
Aim to please.
Be free.
Nervous.
Screaming on the inside.
A pleasure.
Yeah, pleasure. That's great. Yeah, I'll go.
Sweats.
Yeah. As you find yourself currently again back out and just like just fitting in, and that's where we're going to move to Burra.
You said that? Oh, God.
As you are currently finding yourself around the school, is there any place in particular you want to look for?
Nah, he's gonna start TJ's class.
Well, lessons don't start today.
Okay, if that's the case, then I guess he just wanders around the college campus. So I guess the student union, or the equivalent of the student union in this universe.
Oh, you can check out that sparring ring.
The sparring, yeah.
Where you're
Actually, no, the student union is first, and the sparring range later.
Oh.
Carriers.
Alright. As far as what is this student union or student council, and hopes to kind of glean off of how the kids kind of interact with each other, you do find that it is closer towards that dormitory area, as you find that there are multiple different side rooms that kind of line what is that combat area before it leads into that food court area. That's what it is.
All right.
And as you find with what looks like to be one area where you can kind of see there are different kinds of student unions, believe it or not. Due to the diversity of the school in the way that they teach their classes, each union has a very particular idea of how they want their student body to interact with. This way that there's no, mistaking, how things are kind of done. So every department does have a specific student union, and yours in particular, in which combat, you can definitely tell this is kind of like the jocks area.
The jocks area? Okay.
Yeah, you can tell that these are the rough and tougher ones.
Okay. Okay, we'll go there first. We'll go there next.
Right. As you find yourself here, you can see that there is just a lot of talk about, wanting to do more planned fights, stuff for the festival, various older students that are looking forward to becoming, both soldiers or scholars, in hopes to attain a general status or a commander status.
Planned fights, eh?
As one of the students takes a lot to you, as they notice you kind of just walking in. You can see with what looks like to be this somewhat burly-looking fire genasi individual. Very still young face, but with what looks like to be the hair is bright red and almost like crackling lava that kind of just pervades skin texture. And the smell of brimstone that just kind of leaks out of all fire genasi. Are you the new professor?
I am the new combat professor around here. Yes.
For which class? Upper class? Underclass?
Just trying to remember. I'm.
You are upper class.
Yeah. Alright. I'm teaching the upper class because the lower classmen aren't really my style.
And you can see as he gets up, he kind of meets you where you stand. And you can see his build is very thick.
Is he dummy thick
does,
or just... or?
You can tell he doesn't miss a single day working out.
Mm.
And he's like, "It's good to meet you, Professor. I will actually be attending your class this year."
The pleasure is all mine.
Yeah. As he shakes her hand, "Xantha."
Professor Tanaka.
Takano.
Sorry, my bad. Takano.
Good to meet you, Professor Takano.
So I overheard you guys talking about wanting more fights.
We're currently planning a short circuit for students who are interested in, if they're interested in doing some of the open class fights here within the school. It's a long and arduous process and a little more debatey than it is actual fighting, but, you know...
Whoa. Wait. Debate fighting? Are you talking about debate fighting or really, really, really tough fighting? What type of debate fight are we talking about?
We're trying to make sure that we're matching up individuals properly, so that way, you know, it's not completely one-sided. And so that's where the debate comes from, is figuring out individuals' combative skills.
You know, when I was a lad, I remember one way our teachers test our physical abilities. Alright, meta talk. Does dodgeball exist in this universe?
Does what?
Dodgeball.
I don't imagine that does exist.
Cool, yeah, I'm inventing dodgeball. Okay,
dodgeball.
My professors used to grab like a wooden ball, and actually, it wasn't a wooden ball. That would be gnarly though. We grab a light ball, and then everyone will form a square. Will stay in a square, and the person throwing will try to hit any person with that ball, and the person has to dodge that ball, otherwise they're out of the match. This tests the person's reflexes as well as their endurance, because oh boy, the ball's getting hurt a lot of time. We could use that to test the student's physical abilities.
As you can see what is a slowly confused face of a Fire Genasi man.
I'll just show you. I'll just
Takano, I imagine this might be brought up in class, but we're relatively familiar with many of the student body here who sign up for combat, and that's the reason why we debate of who fights who, is so that way they know. That way we know it will be fair.
Tell me some. Have you ever been on the battlefield?
No.
Okay then. Your excuse is no. Okay then. Your concern is not valid. I've been on the battlefield. I know a thing. I know what to expect for it. Yes, I am.
Oh my god, this should either be performance or like a really good deception.
I mean, he hasn't lied
so far. You can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. If you can dodge traffic, you can dodge a ball.
Dive and dodge.
Listen, when we start the class, I'll show you guys. Believe it or not, it will test almost everything you're being.
Right. Okay.
Brian's making.
You can see he's making a mental note in his mind of what to expect for class tomorrow.
He hasn't lied.
I'm not lying. I mean, dodgeball is physical, and it can be.
It is an actual, like, it does have its actual purposes for physical training, believe it or not.
Yep. So I am completely valid. All right.
There's an entire movie about it too.
I know. But yeah. Alright. But yeah. So introduce me to everyone else around here.
Oh, gladly, as he takes you over to the front of the student union. You slowly get to learn many of the notable students here, but one in, a couple in particular. One of them is a Mel-Dwarven individual named Kadoras Damawar. And another one, which is Grayson Wildmere. And these two are the top 1 and 2 fighters within the school. And you can definitely tell these two are hopefully to look for the approval and also the possibility of gaining a proper rank once they graduate from here, from at least the general that is the headmaster of this department. And you can see as the male human comes over to you. You're the brand new professor, eh?
Yes, I am.
Goes to lean out a hand. It is nice to meet you.
Bra shakes it.
As you go to shake it, he pulls his hand back and he pulls it through his hair. It's even better to meet me. You can see there is a slight.
I'm a combat professor.
Yeah.
I'm a combat professor. I'm a combat professor, right? I'm a combat professor, right? I'm a combat professor, right? I'm a professor, right? I'm a combat professor, right? I'm a combat professor, right?
Yes.
Hey. Dodge. Punch.
Make an attack roll, unarmed attack.
17.
As you go and just, as you do, you can just barely see as he just moves to the side just enough, but you do manage to clip the cheek just enough, and it's like, ooh.
Yes, and Bra starts clapping. Not bad. You're not all talk. Not bad. I bet. Not bad. Your reflexes are pretty impressive.
Attack from your reflexes. I was holding back so much.
I'm quite impressed. You're not all full of shit.
As he looks back to you. Oh, so you're one of those. Okay. As he tosses a hand.
Oh.
That's gonna be an 18 to hit.
Barely.
Does like a point of damage, but it's just, it tosses it back and it just gets your shoulder just enough. And it's just poof. And you can see as the rest of the student body also goes, ooh.
I just imagine if we walked in, we're just in the far end, just like, oh no.
So is that?
He just like he's unmoving.
And you can see as the dwarven, the dwarven individual like kind of steps between you two. All right, let's
No.
No.
No. I like this kid.
Yeah.
I like this kid. What's your name again?
Shit! Flips through papers.
Oh shit, the notes!
You can see his almost kind of like that hangman smile. It's like Wildmere.
Repeat that one more time.
Wildmere. Grayson Wildmere. Yeah.
Wildmere. I'll just call you Wild for short.
It's actually a pretty good name.
That's an awesome name. You know, we were just talking about former training I want to do for the first class. I think it'll be very interesting to you. I have high expectations for you, Wild. Very high expectations.
I look forward to it, Professor.
Anyway, show me more around the student union.
All right, as the conversation does continue on, as a lot of you kind of, in a very almost physical way of learning each other in almost like trading hands and slight blows, and almost as if this is the language that fighters often converse among themselves, but these are younger individuals who obviously love the idea of combat as a sport, just as much as it is for a tactical use outside of it. You get to know the student body relatively well, but hopefully you'll get to know them a little bit better for classes. But for right now, we're going to take a quick break.
Oh boy.
Yeah. As all of you are getting slowly introduced into the school. Alrighty. Well then, that being said, we're going to take a quick 10-minute break. We'll be right back and figuring out what's going to happen more from here as the session goes on. It's getting interesting. Alright. That said, see you all in 10 minutes. Yeah!
Yeah.
Yeah! back.
Yep.
I'm back, everybody. We are still in the first day, if not the first several hours of Donny Academy, so we will go ahead and jump right back into it. Yeah. Alright. So, as the lot of you have traversed the entirety of the campus, getting to know individuals and places and people, at a certain point you all finally meet at the end of this day at a crossroad. Well within what looks like to be the dormitory area, as you, Bora, have gotten used to what is the class union, especially for the combat arts and physical training departments. You, you, Leodon, have found yourself coming back in hopes that you might be able to find a good meal. Especially within what is the food court area. And the both of you come back in order to try and get an idea of what your dormitory will be looking like in the meantime. However, in this crossroad, you all finally meet back up with each other and begin to discuss what you've gathered so far.
This place is huge! So, like, it's just us right now, right? Okay, I was like, do we have to pretend we're talking to them as student to teacher? Oh, boy.
So anyone met Wild?
Who's Wild?
Okay, so I guess I'm the only one who met him.
Anyway, I mentioned to Dante a moment ago, I don't know if I told the rest of you, but when the last time I saw him, and she means Azure in that case, he looked like a girl. Like, long hair and all that.
Yeah, how progressive.
We're not looking for the usual look that he has. I don't...
I wonder if she'll be in my class.
The thing is...
Do you remember what color her hair was?
Because they were kind of in a fire. So...
No, you would not be able to detect what color the hair would have been. You just have a general idea of what the face and what the length of the hair was at the time. And it kind of gave off this heavily undercovered vibe.
I don't think coming across them is going to be as easy as we hoped. Are you guys settling in okay?
Okay.
Dai, you alright?
Yeah, I was waiting for Leo to speak first. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
As best as we
Met the
can.
other teachers? You seem a little
Some of them.
nervous.
Well, apparently the person whose shoes I'm filling, they didn't exactly... They were mostly ousted for their political views.
What?
They supported the Thalian cliffs.
This is Wallenstein right now. It's unfortunately
Very typical.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's
We
new.
met a student who seemed nice enough, but a lot of, so far, opinionated. Not rude, but like opinionated.
Yeah, I met, like I said, I met some of the students already. Most of them are cool, except for one, but I got plans for him.
But we're not... And she just kind of like poked you.
I'm sorry. What?
We can still be heard.
Oh, sorry. But yeah. I didn't see her yet.
We'll have to keep our eyes open, but there's also the matter of this tiny tiefling, too. But that's not here, from what I can see. That's separated. I mean, the little tiefling was little, like 10 years old?
Yeah, somewhere around 8
tiny,
to
tiny.
10.
What is a tiny tiefling
you
doing
would
around
remember
here?
that this is the one we ran into right around the time we met Grin, and then she was taken from us when we got Helen. She was taken from her dad to come to the the Thorm Scholars, and that's how it. Yeah, that one.
Oh, now I remember. Well, I think Barbara's. Okay, got it. Me.
Just keep an eye out for her. I have her draft.
We have to play our roles, but we
Got
don't
it.
want to stand out either. So I'm pretty sure that's probably going to be hard as a combat teacher.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. The students are liking me already.
Can I make an insight on that one? Like, she
I
doesn't
mean,
know.
He's not wrong, but sure, go ahead and make an insight.
It's not that we don't trust you.
It's that we don't trust
22.
you.
Just don't trust you.
So you don't
No.
trust me.
22. Well, she made
He's
a
been
huge
very
insight.
he's been very upfront about the information that he's
But,
providing.
I did see the two of you have a scuffle at orientation, so I was a little worried.
What? No, that wasn't a scuffle. That was bonding.
Dante leaning into Citra. Bet you 5 gold that he almost broke her cover within 5
I
minutes.
take you on.
You did.
No hesitation.
Look,
Fucking
it's
outed
been
the man as soon as possible.
Hey, because of my little slip up, an interment formed around the school.
Yes.
Wait, what's-
Now everyone is going to be saying your real name
Yeah, but it's
Wait.
totally fine.
because
Wait, what new term did he
bruh
invent?
is now the latest slang.
Dante's
As-
gonna get on the floor and just start rolling, crying, laughing. He's like,
As you guys are having this conversation, a blue tiefling man, as he approaches this table, and he appears before all of you. Whoa. Teachers and students mingling. Not an unfamiliar sight, but I will admit you're all familiar sights to see.
Bro raises his eyebrow.
Oh. I know it's been some time, so I won't bother with the theatrics of it all. As he sits down and he places down with what looks like to be this familiar rod that he has once carried before all of you. In fact, you saw him kill a demon with it.
oh, Dante's shitting bricks. Yeah, sir. The guy we saw who did the deed.
I'm having an actual brain fart as a player right now. I'm sorry.
This is
It's Metastalk.
Oh my
Please.
god! No! Yeah, no, Citra is just like immediately super still.
Yeah, it's been some time. What was his fake name again?
Optimus Hepsel. I got that one!
yeah.
Oh, yeah, there we go. It's been
Optimus.
some time, Optimus. I would say maybe like a month or two.
Please, call me Fargon while I'm
Fargon?
All right, Fargon.
Alright, Fogon, what the hell are you doing here?
I'm here for probably the exact same reason all of you are.
And what reason is that?
Alois Asher, of course.
Okay.
Why,
Keep that name down. Keep that name down.
Oh,
Don't
please.
speak it so freely.
I think it is delightfully foolish that you think I would be as concerned as all of you.
No,
Yeah. He's not worried about
Yeah,
our
given-
cover.
I'm not worried about mine either. You see, all these mortals, I could just simply whisk away. A single wave of my hand, but I am choosing not to. I have things that I need. And by walking this little path of mine that I've chosen is the very specific reason why I am far too curious as to why all of you are here.
None of your business, man.
As you say that, you feel this entire area suddenly stop in time as everyone stops moving.
So
I think you forgot this man is an archdemon or archdevil.
He doesn't care.
I can smell death on you, child.
Mm-mm.
As much as you believe whatever string of divinity protects you, I can easily sunder it.
Wow. Wow. I'm shaking in my boots. I can't wait for when you're in my class. I'm gonna have fun breaking you.
I am not.
He's the
in your
teacher you met.
class. I'm one of
Oh,
your teachers.
too bad. Oh, you're one of the teachers. Damn, I was looking forward to it.
As he snaps his finger, you see that rod immediately come out from the table and then immediately go almost straight for the forehead. You can feel it just barely poking the skin.
Bro is unamused.
Teacher, just hold up her hand like, easy.
I wonder if it was that foolish tongue that got you into the very position you are in now. I hear in some circles that it was the Witch Queen that killed you. Am I wrong to believe that?
Are you in their circles?
There are many circles.
Oh, is time unstopped?
No,
What,
time
we're
is still
within it?
stopped.
And
Yep.
even if she did, I don't even care about your threats right now.
Given that we're all looking for the same person,
What do you...
without causing a scene.
What? I'm not causing a scene. We're just having a friendly chat.
Dante's gonna speak up. All right. What are you here for?
Azure.
Exactly.
But what are your intentions?
As I am made aware that many of the members of the Black Archive have been subdued due to his recent actions, it was within my best interest to see if I might find him. The information flow that Alouise Azure had provided to the Fulcrum was near limitless and fairly important. Ever since a few weeks ago that he had disappeared into this school, I had taken the form of one of the many teachers that quite easily persuaded believe that I've always been here since the beginning, so melded, found myself fitting in and mingled
But
with
you've been
mortals.
here for weeks and still haven't found him.
Not a soul. At least not that's recognizable. Which is why...
You haven't found him.
No. Which is
Can
kind
I
of
roll
curious.
Can I roll insight on what his intentions were?
Sure, go ahead.
Whip, 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 whoop. That's a 14.
14. You imagine any archdevil can tell a lie that sounds like the truth in a single breath without it ever coming
We
off
could
as
also
a lie.
possibly safely assume he also might
So
be
he's
in cahoots with, Grin, Igwelf, the others. Yeah,
So he
'cause
might be. So he
the
might
way
be
I
blowing
see
smoke
it-
at us.
when she was Agatha, she was right under his nose, or he knew she was there and knew things were going on. Like, I can't imagine a lot of things get past an archdevil.
Hmm.
Yeah, but he wouldn't be looking for him if he knew where he was.
No, I know. That I understand. I'm saying, like, he could be looking for him for
He's trying to-
reasons that may be his own, or
No.
with that group. Well, yep.
You can't tell from the very handsome face of a devil that has lived longer than any of you.
Alright, well.
Oh, sweet. Oh, he probably stole
This
that
is the
face.
one that we met on the train that owns the fulcrum that is Teacher's grandfather.
Done.
Hi, Grandpa. What's up?
Hey, Grandpa.
Alright. She's gonna say,
So,
or Dante's gonna say, well, we've only been here for a day, so we don't have much information.
Nor will we share it with you.
I get the strange feeling that you will at some point.
Oh, you're psychic as well?
No, it's because you mortals have a very consistent value of things. You want to find Alouise Azure. I want to find Alouise Azure. And as soon as things start not going any of your way, you'll turn to the next best thing. An offering from the devil. And I'm more than happy to provide it as long as you ask nicely.
Are you saying that we should be saying your name at some point is what you're expecting?
No. I'm saying that you'll be coming to me in due time. And I'll be here, watching all of you do your mortal-like things, and just consistently fail. Because if I haven't found Alouise Azure, you will definitely not find Alouise Azure. So, unless it is within the foreknowledge of knowing exactly what it is you might know, it'd be pertinent to tell you this.
Leo sort of slowly raises his hand.
You're not a child. You're allowed to speak.
Just being polite. If we don't know where he is, and you don't know where he is, how are you going to help us? Because from where I'm sitting, it doesn't seem like you have much to offer.
Ooh, that's right, good one, big guy.
We devils are a very specific kind of race. Our powers come through deals and being able to connect beyond the weave. I find a lot of my information is made through subservience, subjugation, and an easier way to perceive this as a fair deal. As far as I can possibly be aware, you all might know something of something that might lead us into the next step of finding Alouise Azure, Or you could keep it to yourselves and cause more trouble in the near future. The choice is yours. So, yes, I might have nothing now. I've only been here for a short amount of time, but let's say I begin to lose my patience. As he stares at you, Leodon, you can look into those deep, sapphiric eyes. When I lose my patience, one can imagine a devil might become irrational. And irrational can lead to very dangerous circumstances.
Alright, now we see the fine print. Citra's just not making eye contact. This is the most uncomfortable she'll ever be is around this guy specifically.
Bra is maintaining eye contact.
Dante is gonna roll for deception. Oh, please be a better roll than the last one. Ah, fuck! Damn it. That's a nat 1.
Oh, that blows.
You crack a bit? As you see the eyes switch over to you, Dante. Ooh.
Yeah.
Not as strong as we initially thought we were, are we?
Fine. We're going to harm nobody in the school.
I'm not sure we're in much of a
Say
position
things and
to
still do whatever. Yeah.
be ordering him around.
Yeah. Fine.
Citra's like, how did my grandmother get with this guy?
The only lead.
Citra's looking
we
right at you
have-
like, are you serious?
Said he looks like a girl.
And that's it.
That's it.
How
Wait,
progressive.
you-
Seems to be the theme.
That's what everyone's saying!
That's what I'm saying.
Well, then. It looks like we have a
Well,
stop.
can we go now?
As the staff removes itself away from Burra's head, which has been there the
I give
entire
Buddha,
time.
like, credit just
And
sitting
lands
there
back
with
into
that
the
in
hand.
his face.
Yeah. As it swishes around, it just turns back into a slight wand that he tucks under the sleeve. Yes, you may all go. As the snap of the finger, you can see as time moves forward once again. I really look forward to seeing you all in class. Or at least you two.
Mm-hmm.
Wait,
He's
class?
also a teacher.
Yes.
I look forward to seeing
Wait,
you in the
what,
teacher's
teacher?
lounge.
Yes.
Maybe we can maybe we can talk, have
Are
have
you
a
a combat
friendly
teacher?
chat, or make. Is he?
Yes.
Oh.
Maybe a friendly spar as well.
Mr. Takano, I don't think that would be the most presumptuous way of being a fair fight.
I'm gonna enjoy. I'm gonna enjoy when we finally
Buddha,
fight.
did you forget what he is?
No, I remember. I just don't care.
Okay.
Alright, well.
As he gets up from the table, I appreciate our little exchange. And do be careful. There are eyes and ears everywhere. As you are well and aware, Mr. Silvestri.
He's the one that you said, yeah, Buddha things. That's the same guy. No, I'm just letting you know that that's the same
Still
guy
an
you met
ass.
earlier.
Mhm.
Dante. Thanks for the advice, Professor. We'll surely use it in class. As he gives him, like, the most deadest stare.
Yep.
Dante's gonna quickly shuffle over to Leo. Leo, what the
Teacher's
fuck
just
are we
not
supposed to
looking
do?
anywhere but the floor right now. Just like,
Well, now that we're all on the same page, there's that.
Yep.
I guess this is a race
Uh-huh.
now.
Fine, I'll start snooping around tonight then. I was hoping to get at least a couple days rest before
We
I
have to do
started
this as-
doing this.
we have to do this as fast as
Couple
possible.
days rest.
Oh, I thought my intel was gonna be...
Especially now.
Oh, I thought that...
Especially now that we're in this situation.
Yeah, the timeline got moved up a bit. I was gonna take some casual intel, but now I'm gonna have to go for a more head-on approach.
Isn't that what you usually do?
You know, well, meta speaking, Dante was gonna take 3 days worth of casual intel from students and like getting word of mouth kind of stuff, where now he's actually gonna have to start snooping around the school physically.
Snooping is you.
Yeah.
Snooping as usual, Mr. Pope.
But he's not wrong. There are probably eyes and ears everywhere.
He's not wrong.
Because we also know who else comes here. And
Yeah.
she's, mouths grin.
Alright, well, it's time to take note of important faces then.
So we're looking for a female student.
Azure also might appear to us, but completely in character and drop hints that we may not immediately notice. That's the other option.
Right.
Or what?
Sorry. Leo sort of like rubs his temple with a few fingers for a moment. Are we sure he could show up here?
Azure? Oh, Grin.
No. Grin.
Maybe. I mean, there are scrolls of alter body or alter self and
He.
disguise self, and he's really good at
That
manipulating.
is true. He can't show up here.
Yeah, so
He can't show up here as himself. He crashed a international, multinational summit.
people know his face, so he's not. Yeah, he knows who he is.
The world knows this.
And he's supposed to be dead right now, so the war can continue. So he can very easily be among us without us knowing.
Well, actually, I have an idea. Dante's gonna look at his hand that has the eye tattoo on it. How open is it right now?
I can
It's
just imagine
closed.
this is now turning into a
Your
monk.
target is not nearby.
The
Yeah.
target... Okay, well, if it makes anybody feel better, he's not close by right now.
It's reassuring.
We also should have probably assumed he could try to appear as one of us to get information out of us, too.
True. But if he was,
For
the
you.
eye would be open. For me. Yeah.
Let's dial it back a bit.
Okay.
An archdevil does
Alouise is
not
also
know
a really
where
old
Alouise
dragon,
is.
so he may not be as old as Mephistopheles, but he still has his ways to avoid him. Mm-hmm.
That's scary.
Or something caught him. Or maybe he knows he's here and he's doing his best to avoid him too. We don't know.
Wait, can I get a history check? Do I remember how long it was between when we made that deal with the, Yugoloth?
It's been several months now.
Several months, yeah, because...
That started a little closer towards the end of winter in this world, and you guys are reaching the fall.
okay. Alright, will he think to think
you
use a
said him
law?
after the other man. You didn't say Azure's name.
We did
Did we?
actually. Yeah. Yeah, because I don't think my deception was working at that time, or I think we actually told him like that it was Azure that killed his master. Quote unquote.
Regardless, there can be many, many different reasons as to why Azure's not showing up. And why he's either hidden or possibly caught.
Okay. Alright, well, I'm just for the sake of the argument, I'm just say Dante doesn't think of this at all.
Yeah.
This is more meta
Got it.
talk than anything.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like we either have to do this during the day or during the night, but if we're doing nighttime anythings, don't do it too late because we still have to appear as we are.
Alright, well, I'll try to keep it within a short window then. As Dante sits up, alright, sister, professors, I think it's gotten quite long in the day, and thank you for
Advice.
the go-ahead on the classes. I think I'll be heading back.
Of course, I
Sir, go ahead.
hope that you're... I hope that you get used to this sort of environment quickly.
Also,
It's not always as easy for a...
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
It's not always easy
Sure
for all
is
of us,
not.
trust me.
Yeah, especially in this cold coming from Celsium.
Yeah, also make sure you do 100 push-ups.
You got it.
Two.
Yeah,
How do you-
you two are very scrawny. You need more muscles.
That actually gets her brow raised from Citra too. Just, eh?
Why are you raising your brow against
Because
a
you're
teacher?
Dante, you got it, Professor.
That's
I'll
the
definitely
spirit.
definitely do my 100 push-ups tonight in my dorm room.
That's the
Yeah.
spirit.
And then he's gonna start walking towards the dorms.
Alright. As you walk towards the dorms and along with your twin sister, the two professors are left here to contemplate on the current circumstances as the both of you split off into the dormitory. You find yourselves quickly as you enter past these these very tall doors that just take a bit of time to open. As you do, you can see with what looks like to be this tower of doors, which lead into several rooms. As you do, there is this rather almost glamorous looking dwarven man who has just this unbelievably long, beautiful beard and hair, wearing various almost peacocky-like colors.
Oh no.
As he looks at you two, is like, hello! You must be the brand new students. Oh my goodness. I cannot wait to show you to your rooms. As he gets down from the chair, you can see he's somewhere around 3.5, maybe
We're both
4
like, what, 5'6"?
feet. You don't really have a ruler right now. Yeah, and it's just like, oh
Looking
my
down at him.
goodness. So, I have been waiting for you two all day. The brand new students immediately came here just to hold themselves up in a room, but you two managed to actually just go around, experience Dawning Academy. Alright, come here, both of you. Tell me your names.
Malinka? Sir?
Philander, Anders.
Oh, beautiful names, wonderful names. You may refer to me as Ryland. I am not really a headmaster per se, but I take care of all the dormitories and making sure everything's clean on the up and up, and make sure if there's anything wrong with your rooms, you come and see me about it. Come here, both of you. As he begins to walk, he's just on and on talking about the long drawn out days here within Wallenstein. As you find yourselves in front of what is this heavily well-structured door. Is like, alright, and this door is for you two. You both have the same room, but don't worry, there are the proper partitions to keep people separate. I understand when it comes to siblings, you want to be as close as you possibly can. You will be able to enjoy as much as you can with your lives while you still have them. Trust you me, I would hate to split up any students, in ever the case, when they're family, you know? It's very important.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Yes. Well then, I go ahead and leave you be. Here are your room keys, and make sure by the time the semester ends, you return them to me. Is that way you can go and explore once you're ready. But yes, I look forward to seeing you both. You're both fantastic and so pretty. And this one, a handsome man, and you, a beautiful woman. Alright, anyways, I will see you both much later. Have a good night's rest. See you around. Bye-bye. As he just turns, you can see he just begins walking away, just super happy to meet new students every year.
That one, I want to assume is nice, but as soon as you say peacock, my brain goes, ha!
You can see the man himself is very opulent.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, he was interesting.
I guess they'll just enter their dorm room at this point.
Okay.
Alright, as you guys enter with what looks like to be a window that can see out into the main city of Killicksmire, you find yourselves with what looks like to be beds on each ends of the room, a partition wall so that way you can have privacy where you sleep, a couple of dressers, and at the center of the room what is the short table that is left with various breads, cheeses, and various foods, so that way, in the case you might get hungry, you might be able to have something to provide yourselves.
Ah, sweet.
Say that again.
Dante goes in and starts chomping down on a piece of bread.
We haven't really eaten now that I've realized it, yeah.
It's fresh, it's fluffy, it's flaky, it's buttery, it's good.
Yes, stress eating, let's go!
It's good.
I didn't expect him to be here.
I wasn't expecting him either. I'm guessing Alouise Azure's information is super important to the criminal world.
I mean, yeah. Why did you have to go and tell him that?
I don't know, my face cracked. I didn't want him hurting anyone.
Well, it doesn't look like we're gonna have much of a choice. He's already threatening, like, he's expecting us to come to him, and if we don't, he's gonna make it sure that we do.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna collect some intel tonight. What time is it right now?
It's reaching into the late hours of, about 8, 9, probably pushing towards 10, after a long conversation and meal.
Okay, can Dante do an investigation on the room to make sure there's no eyes or ears inside
spells?
here? Like spells,
like
spells, any
devices.
like listening tools, yeah.
Sure, make me an investigation check.
Okay, investigation. 19.
Okay. As you begin to kind of just go through many corners, especially the obvious ones, the unobvious ones, you do happen to find something, but not something that you would usually find in a space like this. You find what looks like to be a small stone that looks like a that looks like it's designed to talk amongst each
A
other.
stone of far speech?
Yep.
Why would this be in here?
Oh. Oh, is it like a...
You can talk into it, and generally whoever else has the other end of it can hear you.
Oh. Is this an intercom system?
It's basically a magical cell phone.
But, like, is it... Does
Made
it
of
look like
rock.
it's supposed to be here, or is there any kind of, like, possible markings on it that would give us the idea it's from the EHS?
You do take a look. It doesn't seem like it was placed here on purpose. It was kind of haphazardly hidden. But as far as, like, it doesn't seem like it belongs to anyone with the EHS. It doesn't seem like it belongs to anyone that you would personally know.
I mean,
Huh.
do you want to see if someone answers on it, just in case?
Sure.
Hello.
How do I use this?
Yeah, you just
Talk
hold it
into
like
it.
you would, like almost like a walkie-talkie meta talk, I guess, here.
Okay. Hello?
There is a long pause. And then you hear a voice. Who is this?
You're about to ask the same. We just found this in our room.
So the person who was there last is no longer there.
Who was here last?
An old student. An ally.
Wait, then who are you?
I don't think that's important right now. However, you might be actually helpful.
In what?
Are you aware that there's certain problems within this school?
Chicho looks at Dante like... We can feign some of that, but, like, we know, technically. Helen alone gave enough insight on that one. Like, we've heard whispers.
Useful indeed, then. You can call me Calliope for right now.
Hey! No, sorry.
Okay, one sec. Let me just put the Calliope person in the speaking stone. Oh, for speech stone. Or speech stone. Okay, Calliope.
I've been
How
hearing...
can we be of assistance?
I've been hearing many secrets. Students going missing. And it is within my intention to try and figure out how and why. If you're able to provide me any particular information, keeping your eyes and ears open, I might be able to assist you. If there's anything in particular you might need, I'll be able to provide, especially if it's from the outside of the school.
From the outside?
Correct.
Huh. I'm guessing you're not a student then.
I guess I can't really say much to start with, but I'll say for now I have vested interest within Donnie Academy.
Fair enough.
Alright, well, if we hear anything about students gone missing, then I guess we'll hit you up on this stone here.
Is
Very
this
well.
just a two-way, or is it there more?
It's just you and me.
Well, you and us, but yeah.
All right, well, I'm going to put you back where I found you.
All right. Have a
And
good
then you
evening.
Are we aware that unless, like, you actively talk to it, like you pick it up and talk to it, it's not listening? Okay.
Correct.
Okay. Well, that was fucking
Well,
weird.
If you remember what we've been told, it's not.
Yeah. I guess there's a lot of people who have their interest in this place right now. I guess a little bit deeper than we
Remember
thought.
that farm scholars is, as Helen puts it, their way of taking pretty powerful magical beings and creating an army of sorts. Bryn has a vetted interest in this place too, so
There.
as nice as it seems, be very careful. That's why I'm saying, don't try to stand out.
All right.
So far as what you can tell, there are 3 interested parties at this school so far.
Yeah, the EHS, Calliope now, and Mephistopheles.
Company. Okay. Well, how high up is our dorm from the base floor?
It's about 4 stories high from the base. So this dormitory goes, several stories higher, but they're about the 4th floor up.
All right. Is there a window here?
Yes, there is that massive window that opens out and you can see into the city.
Okay. Dante's gonna look out to the window and he's gonna check. Well, he's gonna look around to see what ledges are available to get down.
The tower isn't built smooth. It is built with various structural enhancements to make sure it's sound and secure. But you can see with what looks like to be these several wooden pillars that kind of just line as they kind of just go down, as well as rocks that, or many of the stonework where you could probably get a good handle on it, as well as if you're looking directly down with what looks like to be what is a continued farming effort of various plants and foods, and what looks like to be this massive tree, which may break your fall if you try, but it's a long shot of an attempt. But as far as you are aware, given that any floor is about 10 feet, 10 feet high, you're about 40 feet. Yeah, you're about 40 feet up into the air.
Okay.
Monks. Oh, Dante, if you want, you should probably let Virgil out now to stretch his wings. But you can go far away from him, right? But still have a connection.
The max I think is 60 feet.
Is it?
Or is it just a far connection?
It is a limitation of a certain distance before you are incapable of seeing through his eyes, because as you get further away, your connection becomes weaker.
Depending on how far things can get, he could also stand guard in here in case someone comes snooping around.
Yeah, that's true.
Possible.
But I don't think we're going to be able to allow him out a lot, because Virgil is also noticeable to our known enemies if they're about.
Yeah. I think it's best to keep him in for right now, at least for the next couple of days, so then there's no, the new students are here, and now there's a flying, glowing bird. They're gonna know exactly who's
my
here.
question for the rules, are there curfews and stuff too, as well, in effect for even upperclassmen?
There are curfews in effect, as the later hours go further and further. those looking to burn the midnight oil are given a couple of extra hours to the library before having to be forced back into their dormitory.
Well, libraries are pretty good spots for people to whispers and stuff, yeah.
Yeah. But pretty much the entire school closes up shop somewhere around 11.
11? Okay,
yeah.
Then I guess we could just head to the library right now, and then Dante can do a little bit more heavy intel, like, in the wee hours of the night, because then no students will be around, no faculty, at least
and
he thinks will be around.
It makes more sense to see twins sticking together a good chunk of the time, so it just blends us in more.
Mm-hmm. That will give Dante more time to find new faces to steal.
Smart move. Let's go.
Yeah. All right, then Dante and Citra are going to go to the library.
Citra is relying on you.
We'll figure out more about that later. As we're left to the teachers now. As you, Bruh, and Leodon, as you see the twins walk off to the dormitory, you two are left into what is a teacher's dormitory, which is along the massive main tower.
Fancy.
Interesting.
Well, you have to make your way there.
Let's make our way there.
Yep.
I have to know your guys' intent, and ever the case you decide to split off. As the both of you make your way into what is that massive main tower, you begin to comprehend that this is probably where a majority of many of the main classes, with the exception of botany, because your guys' druidic magic is takes a little bit more closer to stay next to plant life. As you find yourselves going higher and higher onto this tower, you finally reach what looks like to be this massive top end where you see what are the multiple rooms, almost kind of like hoteling. Having been provided all the access you'll probably need, as the both of you get into your rooms, they are massive for one person, but there is an extraneous amount of privacy between what looks like to be, as you walk in, this small kitchenette area that is provided to you. You can see with what looks like to be this massive window that also stares into the main courtyard of the school, as well as some parts of the city as it goes lower into its mountainside. You notice that there is massive queen-size beds, probably a little bit bigger for you, Leodon, being a much larger fellow, and what looks like to be this various almost like workbench area that allows you to kind of experiment and kind of lean towards whatever it is your professionality might be. For Bora, you're given a proper area where you can whetstone your blades and have proper reading material for combat tactics, where you, Leodon, find yourself surrounded with various herbs as well as plants that you can begin to seed and grow yourself. And as well as it just looks like to be this large living room area that each of your rooms provide.
Broad takes a look at the bed.
It's nicely made, and the sheets are clean. The pillows are well fluffed. It's nice.
That doesn't matter, you can't fall asleep. Okay. Well, he can't really do anything because he can't fall asleep. So I guess he'll just, like... walk around a little bit more.
Okay. Kind of pace yourself within this massive apartment unit. You patiently kind of just stare out the window a bit. Make me a perception check.
Okie dokie. 25.
Ooh.
As you look down at the courtyard where there are several students finding themselves quickly heading to the dormitory, you see a blackened figure in your sight that kind of just stands almost as still as ice, and you see what is that plain white mask that you have viewed before. As it looks at you, almost like a curious bird. You just blink and it disappears.
That's weird. Royal looks around to see if there's any more clues.
Nothing else.
What's up with this place? Rod goes to his room and he tries to... Well, he can't smoke because he's undead. He can't really go to sleep because he's undead. I guess the only thing he can really do is pretend meditate, pretend like he used to do.
Okay. Leodon. As you find yourself within your room, what do you do?
Knowing now that we're likely being watched by ancient eldritch forces, Leo is going to sort of pinch the bridge of his nose a little bit. He's going to take a deep breath, and he's going to activate his detect magic to see if there's any sort of surveillance going on in or around his room.
I am going to try and tell you the proper school of magic. Give me a moment here. Let's see, because I feel like I know what what is the right way of saying it, but I could be wrong. Where are you? You get the very heavy smell of divination magic.
Oh yeah. That's definitely spying.
Yep.
Can I try and pinpoint the source of it?
You can. It seems like it is nearby. It is within this living area. You can kind of have that heavy waft, almost as if it is like It's like the smell of burning plastic.
Ew.
Oh god, that's disgusting.
Gross.
Big troll bird man starts crawling around.
Okay. Let me see. Smell of burning plastic. Yeah, right. And you said I got like a little planter with some seeds as well? Is that alright. Well, I'll tend to that.
Okay.
While I think about what to do next.
Alright.
Yeah, I'll plant myself a little plant. Maybe an eggplant.
As you begin to provide yourself with the means of entertaining growing herbs and plants and potentially an eggplant. It's calming, even though knowing that something is looking at the back of your head.
Just Dagex in the shadows.
Is there a book? Is there any like blank notebooks around here that I could?
I mean, given you were properly supplied, yeah, there would be blank notebooks left around.
Okay. I am going to take one of those books, and I am going to begin writing a fake journal entry.
Oh.
Okay.
Detailing my time as a teacher, and just talking about my day in the most mundane sense possible.
Okay. That's good to know. Alright. As you begin to make your journal entry, and you, Burra, just sitting there, silently waiting and meditating.
And imagining punching the shit out while.
The first day here has set the tone for what to expect. As Dawning Academy is a weird and strangely dangerous place, should you look to find it. It will be odd to see what the future will hold, but only the future can tell. We will know what that future is next time.
Woo!
Oh, I want to play dodgeball with the students. I want to play dodgeball with the students.
We're gonna
We'll do it next session, I promise.
All right, cool. Cool.
No, call
It will be the great dodgeball arc. It shall be glorious.
See Mephistopheles
Call it
again.
Oh yes.
Call it death
Yeah,
ball.
fuck
Call
it.
it death
Yeah.
ball.
Yeah, death ball. Call it death ball. Call it
Call it
death ball.
ball.
Death ball. It is death ball. Death ball.
Yeah.
As long as Yaora's okay with it.
I'll figure out how to create the mechanics for dodgeball.
Death ball.
Dante's gonna be really good at it with his dodging capabilities.
I'm gonna.
He's gonna be really bad at it because he's big.
I can't believe Wild dodged that attack. That's why I want to raise.
Barely.
That's why.
It's nice to meet you. It's even better to meet me.
Yeah, he dodged it. I should have raged. That could have boosted my attack roll.
All right. Anyways, we're gonna go ahead and jump on into some quick announcements, and then have you guys sent off. All right. Well then, as per announcements, considering that by the time this episode comes out, we are well within the new month. I have been patiently spending my time on getting personal matters settled, so I have not been able to spend a lot of time on making any content. However, hopefully next month I will be trying to come out with at least a video. It will be an essay video, hopefully. This is mainly because I've just been very burnt out and have not been able to spend any time on myself. But all good things in good time. I've also been working on some sound effect design projects that will hopefully be coming out soon.
Go on first. Go on
first.
Go on first.
So looking forward to that. So once it comes out, just make sure you hit us up on social media. Let's see. Oh goodness me! Oh my! I don't think I really have much of anything else. So that being said, Blue, how you now?
Listen, I thought I left my family drama behind. What? I'm doing okay.
He's not here for family
it's just
reasons.
Another one. It's just another
He doesn't
one.
even know.
Anyways, I'm doing alright. Got a lot of artwork to do on the side, mostly for you in this case. Hopefully I'll have some very fun ones for D6 very soon. Other than that, I've got some of your Final Fantasy stuff to do, and besides that, my work is open. I think by the time this episode out, C4 will be done. But if you want to go watch it, you can go over to Burnout Vaughn's channel if you want to go check out that amount of chaos. You think Buddha's chaos is crazy. You should see that chaos.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes, so much. It's a corgi!
Yeah.
But
Sorry, I woke
it's
him
alright.
up.
Besides that, not much else is going on my end. Just keeping an eye out for art, and my commissions are open. If you want to check that out, you can PM me over on my Twitter channel, or you could also pop over. I have a Discord server. It's linked in there too, if you ever wanted to. So, other than that, Connor, you're it.
It's me.
You.
I'm Distortion Devil. I play Reagan Silvestri for both teacher. You can find me on Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube.com/Distortion Devil. I stream Tuesdays, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. Yes. That's about it. Yes. That's everything I can say.
All right. And next up is Jade. Hey, you know.
Hey, it's Jade the Firefox, and I play Palanders Anders, your student at Donegan Academy.
Philander!
Tiefling student. Philander! Palanders Anders. And nothing much going on this week. Finishing commissions, obviously, still, so those will be opening up soon. And, stay safe out there. It is currently blizzarding all across the US of A, if you live here.
Desi, I'm going to make this very easy for you. You want to know why I say Philander?
Why Philander?
Flanders. There you go. And
Flanders?
last but not least, Daito.
Yo, this is Daito, aka Bro, aka Ryuji. So for me, I will be streaming Mondays, Wednesdays. I'm not sure about Saturdays because lately my computer's been acting weird. So I'm hoping to get new monitors as soon as possible, and hopefully it'll fix that. I also dropped the latest episode of KWC involving Rouge, which is strange because, you will have to find out by watching it. But yep, that's it for me.
All right, good to know. Well, then, I don't think that there's anything else left. All
Yep.
matters settled?
Yep.
Right. Alright. Well then, thank you all so much for hanging out with us. Thank you all for watching. And we hope that you have an amazing night. We love you. And as always, see you next Sunday. Have a good night, everyone.
Hey.
Bye.
Later.
Goodbye, everybody.